What was the drawing in it? Do you know? Do you
It was
remember?
a basic, simple, like, blacked them out, and then I attempted that whole cement print, like,
Oh
that new
yeah,
post that I just made.
Yeah.
that was
So
fucking wild. I saw that.
I tried that, like, and it was terrible.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Army Freaks. Being Eddie here. This week's guest is a sneakerhead entrepreneur, shoe designer, painter, artist, you name it, he does it. The owner of none above, our good friend Noel Alvarado. So welcome, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Pleasure. All right. So let's get right into it, man, because I'm low-key kind of dying to hear some of these stories.
All right.
So how does this whole thing started? Like, obviously, you're like a big sneakerhead. Like, was there any influences in your family with that? And then, like, give me like the origin story behind like you getting like a pen or pencil to like that first sneaker.
I guess, like, my first influence was, like, my dad. He was interior exterior painter, so he would paint homes. He actually painted like Summer Miller Park. So, like, if you go outside Miller Park, they have like I don't even know what they call that, like a mural, not a memorial sort of thing for all the people that like had like something to do with the whole construction of the new building. So he kind of got me into art, and he would always sketch like Spider-Man and stuff like that, and that's how I kind of got into art. Like, just seeing him like draw Spider-Man, I would like be right there trying to like mimic his, like, how he would like use the pen and pencil.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just as far as like getting to like sneakers, that started off like in high school. I guess just the friends that I was around, they were all into like, dressing nice, having the nice shoes to match and stuff like that. So I guess that's where the whole like sneaker head sort of thing kind of came about.
When do you get into actually painting and designing on a sneaker?
That started in, I would say, 2014, like early 2014, maybe late 2013. At that time, I was like really big into like collecting shoes. Okay. So I was out, every week buying every camping. Like release. Yeah, I was camping like, yeah, like, and I don't know, over time, I just felt like it was like a waste of time. Like, yeah. I was out in like the freezing cold, like for, waiting for shoes that 20, like 30 other people are going to have like in the same, like, if I go to the concert, like there's 10 people with the same, Jordan 11s or, so I don't know. That's kind of like what first struck me, where I was like, man, this kind of getting like kind of weak. Yeah. And then, just being in a bunch of like Facebook, like buy, sell, trade groups. Mm-hmm. I seen some guy in Chicago, he just dyed a pair of Jordan 3s from gray to red. And, it just, that post, like, it went crazy. Like, back then, like, people weren't really going like viral. Mm-hmm. But like that post, he had like maybe over like 500 likes, like so many comments and stuff like that. So I was like, damn, like that's pretty cool. Like, I want to try it. So maybe like a few months down the road, I eventually, I don't know, just went at it.
What was the first sneaker you did it?
It was a Reebok Kamikaze. Mm-hmm. That's when like Reebok and like a lot of like Nikes and stuff like that were like retroing like their old releases, like their old like Bo Jacksons and stuff like that. Yeah. So I actually like doubled up on them, and I was like, this pair, it was like $100, and $100 sneaker, like, to people that's kind of expensive, but like to me, when you're in like the culture, it's like that's kind of cheap. Right. So I was like, I'll try on these. So yeah, it's like the first shoe.
Damn, that was wild. How what was the drawing in it? Do you know?
It was a basic, simple, like, blacked them out, and then I attempted that whole cement print, like, that new post that I just made. Yeah,
that was fucking wild. I saw that.
I tried that, like, and it was terrible. Like, it was bad, but like, I mean, I tried, like, I don't know. At that time, I didn't know, like, there's like specific paints like made for like sneakers, like for the leather and stuff like that. I didn't know you had to like add certain like other additives to the paint, like to hold onto the sneaker. So I just ran to Walmart, picked up like the first paint I could find, like some craft paint.
Yeah.
And I went at it, posted them. Like I got good reaction, but when I wore them, they like cracked like right away.
Right. Yeah. How do you get from, back then, not even knowing the paint, getting some cracked ass shoes to like now where you're, working with, you had a lot of dope collaborations.
Just a lot of honestly, a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like YouTube and just following like other artists. Like, I'm not one to like reach out and ask questions, but when other people ask questions, I'm like, in the thread, like, see like what knowledge they give. Yeah. So that's kind of how it came from not knowing what paint to knowing, all the little secrets and stuff.
Little
like
trades,
that.
Yeah. I always tell so I went to school for engineering, and I always tell my parents, my best professor or teacher was YouTube. Like I learned calculus, physics, like a lot of stuff through YouTube
for free.
So I believe you when you said that you can literally learn everything on YouTube nowadays. So at what point do you realize I want to pursue this, or I want to do this, or I can make something out of doing this?
Maybe after the 5th or 6th pair I ever done.
Okay.
I just had so many people hitting me up, because I would post them on Facebook, and this is when Instagram first started.
Mm-hmm.
So I had people on Instagram hey, what's your email? I want some shoes done. And that's when I kind of it kind of came to me I could kind of make something out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So that was,
How many pairs have you done today? Do you know count?
Yeah, I don't know. Over I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Would most of them be local, or is it kind of all over the place now?
When I first started, it was actually all in different states.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually a lot of local now.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been keeping me pretty busy.
Keeping you busy.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Mm-hmm.
So where did we didn't really touch on none of we touched on where the logo originated from, things like that, but give maybe what's the behind story on that, what made you create that?
Yeah, so that's actually a pretty long story, but I'll get into it. So I started None Above in 2013, but before that I wanted to have my own clothing line.
Yeah.
And the first thing I came up with was Dirty Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, it was just something sneaker related.
Yeah.
I was oh, that's kind of lame. So I wanted something that I could Jay-Z, he put his name on anything and it's great,
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted a name that I could put on a barbershop or a record label or something like that, something that I could really brand myself. So I just sat there kind of thinking, and I was let me take figure out something using my initial NA. And so my dad had passed away 2 years before that. So at that time I was heavy into church, and I was attending every 3 to 4 times a week and stuff like that. So the idea came, none above God, he's kind of the main focus in my business and stuff like that, so that's kind of the idea where I came up with that. So whenever I do a collab with somebody, it's none above their brand, or so whatever I do is whatever I do is none above it. There can't be nothing better. So that's the idea.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Damn, so it connects full circle with kind of everything you're doing.
Yeah.
That has a deeper meaning.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah, I actually never even told people ask that question sometimes, but I never really go into
detail.
Yeah.
You're I just kind of came up with it.
Yeah.
I'm cool or not. Yeah, that's sick though.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
no
thank
problem.
you. Yeah, for that. Yeah, because obviously that could be very deep.
Mm.
And I think I've asked you that before when we met prior. What's one of those most challenging shoes that you were fuck, if I mess these up, that could be in that point you feel that's it, right?
Yeah.
Or like that, and then maybe one of those the biggest things you've learned just from doing this,
So I'll answer the first question. So It actually came when I was doing like my first professional athlete, and it was a shoe that I've done like maybe 3-4 times already. So it was something that I knew I could do, and it was a simple like just changing a gray shoe into like a Miami Dolphins colorway. So just like a teal and orange. And I don't know what went wrong or what happened, but the tape that I was using, like, you know, it like bled through, and I got paint on like the eyelets of the shoe, which were like some metal eyelets. And when I took the tape off, it like, I told you, like it was like a chrome piece. So it ripped that chrome off. Oh. So it was like just straight plastic, like clear plastic. I was like, damn. I messed up, like, you know, like I was going crazy. Like I ran to Walmart trying to find like if there's any like, you know, sprays, like chrome sprays and stuff like that. I found something that didn't work, so I'm like going crazy in my basement, like I just wanted to give up. Like this, you know, I really messed up. Like this is a professional athlete shoe. Like if I give it back to him like this, you know, it probably just like end my career, you know. So I eventually, like, you know, kind of just like left it there, and then came back to it like maybe 2 days later. And I was like, I'll just like put his number on there, you know. I'm sure he won't tell, you know. And that's what I did. I just it was a super small area that I had to paint, but I, you know, put his number on there, and I sent it to him, and he loved him. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Were there like any challenges you faced as you're trying to open your own studio or take your, you know, passion or business to the next level?
I think maybe it's just taking that leap of faith. Okay. Like trusting that whatever like opportunity presents itself, and, you know, I do accept like the outcome of it. So I really, like, you know, like last year I kind of made it a thing to my, like, you know, I just kind of like gave myself like a pep talk, like, you know, next year, like, whatever opportunity like comes your way, just take like full advantage of it. And, you know, just by doing that, like so many other opportunities come from it. So I don't know if that answered your question. But
sure. I mean, taking that risk, taking that, like, not doubting yourself, you know, if opportunity comes your way, going for it. Yeah. I mean, you've had a number of collaborations. You name one. I mean, Charlie Villanueva, and andthe from the Brewers. I mean, I saw your post with Bad Bunny, and I lost him. Like, that's crazy.
We lost our shit.
So I guess first question is, what's your favorite sneaker you've designed, and who did you make it for, if you can tell us?
So actually, my favorite one would actually be the one that I did for myself, and it's the one with like the Milwaukee themed one. It has like the Southside mural, the Miller Park. It has like the old whale wall that was downtown, and the domes like lit up at night. Yep. And I don't know, just like the story behind that is, you know, I was probably like 5-6 customs deep. Like that's when I first started. But that was the shoe that was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put a lot of like effort and hard work into it, and I'm gonna show people like I'm serious
about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like my prized possession. I have it like. You know, when you get into whenever you like stop at my studio, you'll see it's like right there, like right in the middle. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
But as far as like collaborations with any like athletes or anything like that, my favorite, I mean, I enjoyed the Bad Bunny one. Like that was pretty cool. Like that was actually like really huge.
How did that come about?
So that's kind of like a long story as well.
We're here for it, man. Say it.
So randomly, like I got an email from somebody who was Hernan Perez. It was his publicist. Okay. And she's like, hey, I work for Hernan Perez. You know, he plays for the Brewers. I'm not like a Brewers fan, like even though I'm wearing this. Like, I mean, I'm just not like into baseball. So
yeah, you're just a Milwaukee.
But you
fan.
just rep Milwaukee. Die hard. I see you.
So yeah, no offense to anybody that's like a Brewers fan or anything like that. But yeah, she hit me up. She's like, hey, I got this opportunity. I think it'd be really cool if you did a pair for him. So it's like, you know, sure, whatever, you know. So we met up, and then she's like, hey, I'm also working with Josh Hader, another Brewer player. Like, you know, I really want to surprise him with a pair of shoes, like, you know, and that was like their playoff run last year. Yep. So that was like a gift to him, like during the playoffs or whatever. So, you know, she had an interview with Perez, like at a radio station, like andthe, whatever. And they're like, hey, do you guys listen to Bad Bunny? You know, we have tickets, you know, we would like, you know, your players to come or whatever. And she instantly like thought of me like, hey, like, I think that'd be pretty cool if you like met Bad Bunny, you know?
Yeah.
And did a pair of shoes for him. So I don't know, she's just like an awesome person. She's really cool with that radio station, and they made it happen where, you know, I was able to go before the concert and deliver him the shoes. So
Damn.
yeah.
Damn, that's a plug, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking fire. Damn, that's crazy. Was he like, oh my God? Or
Yeah, he was like, I love him, bro. Like, these are cool. Like, so I've been checking up on his Instagram, like, to see if he wore them yet. But
Post them, right?
yeah. Obviously, we talked prior, and you said like I went to school, didn't really saw that being a fit. And you tried it multiple times, right? From what we mentioned.
Yeah.
Have you like thought like, oh yeah, like customizing sneakers and being in this space like was gonna put you where you are right now, like getting hit up by a publicist, and like the next thing you know, you're like, you know, dropping off shoes to one of like the biggest like reggaeton artists, like even like artists in the whole world right now, right? Dude touches anything and it's a hit, like crazy.
No, I never thought, like, I mean, even as, you know, a kid, like being into art, the only thing like to my knowledge that would come from art is like being an art teacher. So I never took art serious, like, so even this, like, you know, being reached out by basketball, football players and stuff like that, I never knew that it was possible, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like really cool to like have all that like happen, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Did you ever took like any, now that you mentioned like art teacher, any like classes of art in school, or were you more like, nah, I could do this on my own?
I mean, you know, elementary, that's kind of like you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
And yeah, I mean, I took it in high school, but I think I only took it maybe like 3 of my 4 years there, like at Central. And funny story about that, I actually like was failing like every art class I took. Yeah, like,
were you just not doing the work, or what was that?
So so I was playing basketball, and I remember I had to sit out like most, like, you know, beginning of the year just because of my grades, and it was because of art.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I guess like, you know, my teachers knowing who I was, like they knew I was like kind of like a perfectionist. Like I didn't want, you know, they give you an assignment, you got to turn it in the next week. That's not enough time for me, you know? Yeah. Like give me like 2-3 weeks, you know, to fully put like my all into it, you know? So I wouldn't turn anything in. So they were cool enough to like at the end of the year, or like, you know, when it came to like, you know, having like me pass or whatever, they would like put together like something where it's like, hey, if you do this, this, and this, and this, you know, we'll give you a passing grade. So yeah.
Damn, at least that was cool enough for them.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I never had any like art history, just kind of self-taught, I guess.
YouTube, best teacher.
Yeah.
YouTube, man. Everybody.
Do you have I'm sure you do, but what's your favorite sneaker? Or top 3?
Top 3.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, so my favorite sneaker are the Jordan 10s, the steel 10s.
Mm-hmm.
And long story about that, basically like just one day as a kid, I seen my neighbor. He was older than me, and he was like, I don't know, I was probably like 10, 12 at the time, around that age. He was probably like 19, 18, like in high school. But he stopped by and he had those shoes on, and I was just like damn, like those are like,
what are those?
Yeah. So I don't know, ever since then I just I don't know, I just always wanted them. And I mean, I had so many opportunities to get them, I just never had.
Yeah.
So that's probably like my number one. I don't really have a top 3.
No?
I don't think so. I had to kind of really think
about it.
Yeah. Do you have a top 3?
I don't know about, up there would be the Concords. It's probably one of my favorite shoes.
Yeah.
And just what I had to go through, like the camping, I had to go to get that shoe. So not when I got it was the 2011 release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was still in like college, Madison. It was like after finals, like December, like freezing my yeah.
I have
like
a similar story.
it was bad. So then the thing too, you know, I get in line. I don't even end up getting my size, and I still get them. Obviously, I've waited that long. I'm still gonna cop a pair.
Yeah.
So then I had to go through this whole other motion to trade them with someone. So it was just like I had to go through like hell basically to get that shoe. So that would be my top, and then Cement 3s.
Okay. Yeah.
That's actually the shoe that when I started getting into sneakers, it was like that shoe's the shoe that kind of like got me into it. Yeah. And I still have that same pair that like they're kind of beat now, but they just like remind me of when I got into it. And I mean, you could rock those shoes with anything. Yeah. So I love those shoes. What in the future for you, for None Above, where do you see the brand going? Where do you see these sneaker collaborations going?
So you said 5 years?
I said just future, just in general.
Future.
5, 10, 20, man.
I mean, 5 years, hope, like, I don't know, maybe even like in a year or two, I'm hoping to like expand like my studio. Cause I mean, right now it's like, it's built like for me, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a perfect size for me, but eventually like have like a bigger space. I'm not too sure about like hiring anybody on yet, but you know, just eventually like really just working with like more athletes and, you know, collaborating with like big brands like Nike, Adidas and stuff like that. Cause it is like possible. I've seen like other like big name like customizers who like been doing it for like 20 plus years are like now working for like Nike and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to like head towards that route.
That'll be your goal.
Just random ass question that like popped into my head when you said that. Like, do customizing shoes, do you get like cease and desist like threats, or like is that like you bought it, you kind of just do whatever the hell you want with it?
So I know in the, like earlier in the years, I know a few people that got like, you know, like emails like from like Louis Vuitton and stuff like that.
Right.
And also another customizer who got something by Skittles. Like they did a pair of like Skittles like themed shoe, and then they had like Skittles in the picture. So they like reached out and like, hey, you got like take it down, or like, you know, these are the consequences and stuff like that.
Damn.
But me, the only thing I got like on Facebook, I don't know, I do a lot of like kids shoes. I just like, you know, I enjoy doing like cartoons, like, you know, it's always fun. So I did a pair of like PJ Masks. I don't know if you familiar with that.
No.
So it's like a new kids cartoon. I didn't know about it until I had to do the shoes.
Yeah.
And now you watch it all the time. No.
But yeah, basically like, I don't know what, but they have like something on Facebook, like looking up like PJ Masks and like anything that's like customized or like whatever, like they're like, I just got blocked like on Facebook like 2 weeks ago, so I couldn't like post for like a couple days because of them. So
Wow.
Yeah,
that's intense. Yeah, sorry to cut you off on the dream stuff. I just,
no, that's fine.
You said like people that have been working for 20 years. Like, I'll be honest, like I love ones, and it's like that was like my first shoe I've got. Like it's like whatever, but like I used them for skateboarding because that's what I saw like the people I looked up to in skateboarding wear.
Yeah.
And that's when like the SB Dunks came into play, because like that was kind of like, all right, we're taking that. But yeah, like if it wasn't Dunks that I was wearing, I was wearing like those ones that I beat up to shit, you know, like
that was kind of like the whole high school. That was kind of like the shoe, like Dunks and stuff.
Yeah,
like Dunks
for me was Air Force. Air Force Ones was high school.
Yeah.
I never had a pair of Air Force.
No.
I had one like high top, but like, you know, everybody like first day of school, you get the all white pair.
Yeah.
I never had that.
Nah. Air Force was the thing. I remember I had like different color ones. I always had a white pair, had a black pair.
I do remember seeing you with
plenty
Dookie.
Air Force would go to.
Yeah.
Anything else as far as the future? Anything we can expect?
I mean, I'm working with a local like company, like they're like a high end shoe. We talked about it. they're kind of like Alan Edmonds like competitors.
Okay.
So they're into like, you know, the whole like dress shoe and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they reached out to me to kind of like help them, I don't know, like target the younger audience like around our age and stuff like that. So that's something like pretty cool that I'm working on. Like as far as like, you know, working with a brand, I guess that's like a good start.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, add it to the resume, you know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's dope. Where can people find you? I mean, Instagram, Facebook, your studio. Let them know.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Noelito _ 2 O's _ or / whatever you call it.
The line at the bottom.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
Facebook, Noel Alvarado or none above. I just started YouTube, so you can find me on there. And yeah, at my studio, I'm located on 3536 West Fond du Lac Avenue. I'm inside the Sherman Phoenix building, and I'm right across from the pizza place. So, yeah.
Can people actually go inside your studio and like check it out and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I have it like, I mean, I usually have the door closed because it's pretty loud outside.
Yeah, it's
and
work time.
Kind of like distracting. But yeah, a lot of people just stop by, knock on the door.
Yeah.
You guys come in and check it out.
That's cool. Have you ever gotten any customers just off of that?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that spot right now, especially like if you, not only if you live in that area, but it's just like so hype right now, right? Because like it's the newest thing, like in Milwaukee, never been seen kind of in that way. So I mean, I still mean to check it out. Like I keep saying that shit.
That's what
week.
I was telling him too.
Every week I've been meaning to set up, but like, I mean, it's just, we're busy, but yeah, that's dope. All right, well, I want to hop before we let you go to our segment of questions. And this is more so for like the viewers, right? So for anybody out there, maybe like a high school kid, you know, maybe just fresh out of high school or even fresh out of college or even a first dropout, you know, because obviously you're a dropout. What advice would you give that person if they had like a creative endeavor that they might be wanting to do, or even if they don't have anything that they're specifically trying to do, but what would you tell that person?
That's kind of tough. I guess just go for it. I mean, a lot of times, like, you know, I wait, you know, we all wait, like, you know, we get an idea, it's like, oh, but I gotta get this, I gotta get that, and it's just like, you know, you're kind of like stalling, but yeah, really just go for it, and if you're gonna do it, like, don't like give up, I guess, like kind of like a basic answer, but you know, you see too many people, like, especially like on social media, where like, hey, I'm gonna start this clothing line, or I'm gonna start this, and they give up right away, you know. So like, if you really want to do something, like, do it, and don't, like, when you start, like, my advice would be like, don't look for support right away, because that's gonna kind of be your downfall. Like, oh, why aren't people like supporting me? Why aren't people buying my stuff? You know, as long as you believe in yourself, and you know, if your mom's like your biggest supporter, that's like honestly enough. So, yeah.
What's the best advice that you've gotten, and who gave you that advice?
That's tough. Can I pass on that and then come back to it?
All right, we'll give you the pass. Now, maybe a tougher question, or it could be easier. I don't know. If you have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, anybody, who would it be, and where would you take them?
I mean, you know, of course, a lot of people would say like a celebrity or something like that, but I don't know, probably just like my dad. You know, just you know, because he passed away, so you know, just giving that extra day or whatever with him, and I don't know, just take him to like his favorite restaurant or something. Just
what was it? Do you know?
It'll probably have to be like there used to be this one Puerto Rican restaurant. I'm not too sure where it was. Like it was like up the road by the community center over there.
UCC or no? I don't know.
No, it was like the Hispanic community center. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was like a while ago. But yeah,
damn, I didn't go to that one. I missed out. I used to live in that neighborhood too.
It was like a little corner spot.
Oh, you talking Farol?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's my spot. What are you talking about? Dude, I'm tripping. Yeah, that's my spot. Yeah, they damn, man, I miss it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he would always take me there. So.
Hell yeah, right. Dude, I used to live half a block from there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that was my whole introduction to that food and all that stuff, man. That culture.
If you could customize a sneaker for anyone, who would it be? Yeah, you know where I'm going.
Who would it be? Where would you take them?
I would say Kobe, my favorite player. So
yeah,
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Kobe's one of my favorite players too.
Do you play basketball or?
That's my second favorite sport. I grew up playing typical Mexican. Grew up playing soccer, so soccer is my favorite sport by far. I mean, I grew up playing that, still play it, but I do always say basketball is my second favorite sport. I probably now too. I watch basketball way more than I watch soccer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I follow it way more, but nah, I have a passion for it. I hoop, but I'm trash.
All right, man. Well, I guess we came to the ending. Obviously, the name of the podcast is called Ordinary Freaks, and that is up to your own interpretation of the meaning. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you? How much of a freak are you, and why?
I would say I'm a 10, and I don't know, just the way I think. Like, I think all creatives are pretty weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, you gotta be pretty crazy to like do something different.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Good, nice and simple.
Hell yeah.
Good answer. I like it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, all right, man. Thanks for stopping by the show.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Guys, if you guys need some custom sneakers, you know who to hit up.
This is your guy right here.
Thanks for watching another episode. We're out.
Peace.